Deflategate was front and center at the NFL owners' meetings today in San Francisco. Patriots owner Robert Kraft announced the team will not appeal its $1 million fine and the loss of 2 draft picks, a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick, for deflating footballs in the AFC Championship game. He said he did not come to that decision lightly.
Believing in the strength of the partnership and the 32 teams, we have concentrated the power of adjudication of problems in the office of the commissioner. And although I might disagree with what is decided, I do have respect for the commissioner and believe that he's doing what he perceives to be in the best interest of the full 32. So in that spirit, I don't want to continue the rhetoric that's gone on for the last 4 months. I'm going to accept reluctantly what he has given to us and not continue this dialogue and rhetoric. And we won't appeal.
The NFL Players Association did appeal Patriots quarterback Tom Brady's 4-game suspension. Today they formally requested NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell recuse himself as arbitrator during Brady's disciplinary hearings. The NFL has not responded to that request. Joining us on the phone tonight is Boston Globe sports columnist Dan Shaughnessy. Dan, good to talk to you again.
Thank you.
So, Dan, Bob Kraft says he doesn't want to continue the rhetoric, but the Patriots have been responsible for some of that rhetoric, have they not?
Absolutely. Sorry about the sirens here. Streets of San Francisco, as you know. Yeah, I mean, they put out the 20,000-word rebuttal to Ted Wells last week. Bob Kraft was widely quoted on Sports Illustrated yesterday. Very fiery. They have contested this from the get-go. And it's just odd to have that kind of rhetoric coming from them as recently as yesterday, and then a total capitulation today.
Were you surprised at Kraft's announcement? I
was right there in the front row, and when he started, I'm like, this sounds like a guy who's getting ready to just cave in here. And so, yes, I was, but the more he talked, it became clear he's going to keep his seat at the table in the NFL. He's not going to rock the boat. And I was here talking to owners this morning, and it looked to me like this is a fight he found out he couldn't win. He was not getting support from the other owners, and a court deal is just, that's the domain of Al Davis and really no one else. And I don't think he wants to be associated with that kind of activity within the league. He's been a member of the club for a long time, highly thought of, and I think ultimately it was just a fight that they couldn't win. And it looks like they're taking the high road, which is good, but it also makes them, confirmed cheaters for the second time in 8 years.
So now this leaves Tom Brady again in the most difficult position, right?
Absolutely. I mean, and these are separate things. So Tom, has the Players Association behind him, and he is appealing. He will appeal, and that will proceed. And there's a little bit of a notion that perhaps this was a deal that was cut in order to, Bob Kraft made a deal with the commissioner to go away and not contest this in exchange for reducing or wiping out Brady's sanctions. I would quarrel with that conclusion, but we don't know for a fact, and Brady may make some headway and get his thing reduced.
Is there any discussion right now on what the Brady ruling following the appeal might be?
No one knows. I mean, again, the tricky part there is, as far as we know, and this was bargained by the NFL Players Association, that Roger Goodell can make the ruling on the appeal, same man who is punishing Tom Brady. So that's part of their collective bargaining deal. That's the weakness of the NFLPA, and it's on them to change that. But in the meantime, there's every likelihood that Brady, through the NFL process, is going to have his hearing, his appeal heard by Roger Goodell, the same man who punished him. And if that fails, then, of course, you could go to court, which gets into a lot of disclosure and just an area I'm not sure anyone wants to go to.
Of course, but the NFL says Troy Vincent punished him, right? And Roger Goodell's just hearing the appeal.
Right. There's a little bit of a loophole there, but everybody knows the truth.
He's not going to recuse himself.
Oh, I don't believe so. I don't know, and the commissioner is going to speak to us here tomorrow in San Francisco, so maybe he'll expand on that. But I would highly doubt it. I think that they have made their stand on this thing, and they feel strongly about what they did as a league. I think they're going to stick by it.